What's up, guys? I'm Frank again. We got screwed. Fucking raining Memorial Day weekend. I did get a chance to, hit the skate park a little bit Friday because I got out of work early. Met some friends that skate over at the park downtown. I managed to get one clip. It was pretty cool. But, we're raining down. I haven't been doing shit all weekend. Been basically just hanging out with the fam, which is always good. But since they're both napping, I figured, make a video. I came up with a really lame excuse to play Final Fantasy VII on the channel, and it's this part where Cloud rides a motorcycle and fights bad guys on the highway and shit. So I figured we could play a little bit of this for the hell of it, just because I'm such a huge fan of this game. And we just talk about what's been going on lately. I had that melanoma issue going on still. I am at stage 3A, which is a really good survival rate. But I still gotta get checked out for, I need to get scanned to make sure the cancer didn't go anywhere else in my body. So that kind of sucks. I was really hoping after the surgery that'd be it, but they gotta watch you like a hawk for a while, But anyway, here we are. Final Fantasy VII. It's a really great game I grew up playing. And basically, how is this relevant to BMX? Not really that much, other than the fact that Cloud's on 2 wheels. It's the G-bike thing. And basically there's this one part of the game where you're escaping Shinra headquarters, which is this evil corporation that domineers the entire planet of Gaia. And there's a part where at the end, Cloud grabs a motorcycle and the rest of the party gets on a weird little cart thing and they frickin' jump out the window and fly on the highway, and you gotta fight bad guys and shit all the way down. And then at the end there's a robot boss, and it's pretty sick. But you could go back and play this anytime you want by going to the Gold Saucer, which is basically this mini part of the game where it's kind of like a casino, and you can go back and play all the little mini games in the game whenever you want and get points and shit. So I figured I'd boot this up and show you guys what was I fucking playing when I was 10 years old. Was this on the original PlayStation. And I even have my original copy. Careful. There we go. Bam. Black Label. Straight out of the 90s, man. It's still... I get so nostalgic playing this, man. Because I could still take out the notes and stuff, and it still smells like the same it did when I was a kid. And I actually got the discs cleaned really well. I swung by Game Exchange, and if you have old games, you go to a retro game store and they'll put it through a machine and clean the discs, and they turn out perfect. And I'm pretty hyped about that because it only cost $1 a disc. But anyway, you can go anywhere here. But the place we're going is the Wander Square, where all these little mini games are. You can talk to people too, it's fun. It's an RPG. It was huge in the 90s too. Anybody who's into playing RPGs now probably grew up playing this too. Basically, this is the first area. It's a basketball game. Claw machine, all this weird shit. But then you go in here. And this is the G-bike right here. This one guy's playing it. And you could go on the other one. Costs $200 to play, or gil. And you gotta attack with these buttons right here. You can't let this truck get attacked. Well, these little fuckers are such a pain in the ass. There we go. You smash them. Smash them. You could really, like, back into them and, like, you know what I mean? They'll kill them. But it's such a pain in the ass. There we go. The weird thing about this right now is that what looks like Aerith or Eris is in the truck. And at this point in the game, she's already passed on. She gets killed in the game. But that's gotta be her, the little pink character in the truck we're trying to protect. Isn't that creepy? Or kind of beautiful, like she's still with us in some capacity. But whatever. But yeah, basically, nothing but good news about my melanoma, as long as, you know, I might have to do immunotherapy if there's any cancer left in me, but no more surgery. I can get back on my bike when the stupid rain stops, and everything's going to be okay. I also got a bike rack off Facebook Marketplace for $10. That's pretty sick. Because I couldn't get my damn bike in my car anymore because I didn't want to take off my front wheel. Take off the front wheel. It's a pain in the ass with front brakes. But, yeah, I was at the skate park the other day. It was like a whole new generation of skaters there. The park was built in 2008. And it's still in really good shape. The one at Platwood Park is still in really good shape. And it's still off on the play. It's if you like peg grinds, it's a great place. Ledges and weird wedges and stuff and all sorts of cool things to do. 2 lousy game points. You get way more doing the chocobo races, which are like the big birds in the game that you ride. It's like, you know, a thing from the series. I'll show you a picture. Better yet, maybe we'll do a chocobo race too while we're at it. Let's see. I miss the days where we had game manuals. See, there he is. Got a chocobo, the big bird Cloud's riding on. That makes me so happy. One of my best child memories is sitting in the air conditioning at my Nana and Grandpa's house, playing this on an old TV and eating vegetable soup that my grandparents made from the garden. And it was just such a pure happy time, you know? You know, I got those childhood memories I get pretty choked up about. But I'll always associate this game with good feelings and nostalgia in my youth. And I think that's why us millennials don't age quite as badly as the boomers or the Gen Zs, because we're so in touch with this, you know? I'll play this one more time. But anyway, it's just, you gotta keep a little bit of that younger self of yours around. You can't let the world crush you completely, which it can, especially if you just constantly watch the news and fucking doom scroll all the time. Sometimes you gotta unplug. Go ride your bike. Forget about all that shit for a little bit. Odds are it's not going to come knocking on our door. Our nation has ridiculous amount of military power protecting us. But it's a mess everywhere. We're not talking about that mess. We're playing Final Fantasy VII. And it still holds up today. If you want to play this, you can literally play it anywhere. You can play it on your damn phone. You can download it for PS5. You can download it for Xbox, Nintendo Switch. You could frickin' emulate it if you really want to be a dick about it. But emulation will fuck with your computer. Trust me on that one. You can play it anywhere. You can even play Remake and Rebirth, which are the newer versions of the game. But that trilogy's not done yet. If you want to get the whole story, I'd just play the original. And you don't even have to really think that hard. You can play the original and you could turn on all the buffers and switch off random encounters and just spam your way through it just for the story, if you really wanted to. But, you know, the gameplay's amazing too. So you don't have to do that. Every time I play through, I grind to the point where I can defeat the super bosses, which are these two things called weapons at the end of the game. There's a ruby weapon and an emerald weapon. They're giant monsters. And basically what happens is they're so ridiculously overpowered, you have to do all this secret side quest stuff to get enough, like, levels and, like, magic to defeat them. But it's definitely my favorite game of all time. I play this all the time. It's like an end of the day kind of thing for me to game. You know what I mean? It's like, in my 20s, I used to just have a few drinks. But now that I'm sober, it's like I just game. My only vices are caffeine and video games, you know. When I'm not watching a good movie or reading a good book, I always come back to gaming. Or freaking listening to a good album. Just experiencing art, you know. Going out riding and skating. There's so much good stuff. I'm a happy person, you know. Spending my time with family. We got a friggin' rabbit yesterday. My daughter named it Marshmallow, of all friggin' things. It's kind of a basic name. Apparently my friend Steve has a friggin' bunny named Marshmallow too. Who comes up with this? I guess everybody would name it Marshmallow. It looks like a marshmallow. So the full name is Marshmallow Black because he has a black stripe. So good for that. My wife, I wanted a cat, but my wife's allergic to cats and dogs pretty badly, so she said a rabbit would be good. And I was like, can I get another tarantula? And she's like, you can if you want, but like, you know, tarantulas are fun and all. But I think it would freak them out a little bit if I had a tarantula. I used to have tarantulas at my parents' house. They're very cool, though. Awesome to watch them hunt and make their burrows and stuff. Like, they're very cool creatures. But I was always more of a cat person. Growing up, I always had a cat. That's why it's like, it's a little weird for me to just have a rabbit, you know? I like the rabbit. Do I relate to the rabbit, though? Not as much as I would to a cat. It's kind of a weird thing. But the funny thing is, like, we call it a bunny hop on a BMX bike, so, yeah. It is what it is, I suppose. Oh, I did see Mortal Kombat 2. That was freaking awesome. I like the new Mortal Kombat movie quite a bit. Still, 95 is my all-time favorite, the original 95 movie. I missed Cronenberg's Mummy. Now I gotta wait for it to get on streaming cheaper. But I'll get to that. And then I want to see Backrooms because that's gonna be awesome. And I want to see, there's another horror movie I wanted to see. But I can't think of what the hell it was, but it sounded really good. So yeah, that was the Final Fantasy VII G-Bike. He wasn't doing any tricks. It wasn't really BMX, but he's on 2 wheels, and I figured, here's some content. Here you go. Content. What else are you gonna do on this rainy-ass fucking weekend, man? Maybe I'll do a bike check real quick after this, too. But I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.